start out with the question asking here. So I'm going to ask you an important question. Are you in sales? Are you in sales? There's an American writer named Daniel Pink. He wrote a book entitled "To Sell is Human." And in his book, he laid the case that says we all have innate tendencies towards selling. Now, at the end of my speech, you may have a different perspective on your role in sales. So first, let's put kind of some clarity around selling. What is the definition of selling? My definition is it's the profession of linking a product, service, or idea to a customer challenge, need, or opportunity. And some may informally define selling as the art of persuasion. Persuasion certainly is a core competency to be good at sales. Now, if I ask you a question, are you in sales? There's a good chance you are. So raise your hand if you're in the official role of sales. You're an account executive, business development, raise your hand high. It's a good group. Because right now, 1 in 9 American workers are in the formal role of sales. It's the second largest occupational category in the United States. 15 million people every day earn their living in sales. And the list is diverse as possible. You could be selling businesses, services. I mean, you can sell services like software to packaging companies, engineering services to government agencies. You could be selling travel services to large corporations, or you could be selling tangible goods like PCs and software to all sorts of things. Now, selling is crazy every day. We spend our days looking for opportunities for customers to be able to have problems that we can solve with our product and services. It makes selling one of the most rewarding careers you can have out there. Now, if you're not in the role of selling, raise your hand if you're an owner of a small business, a one-person sole proprietorship. Right now, in the last decade, there's been a sharp increase in one-person employees, companies. The Census Bureau estimates there's 21 million Americans every day who work selling on their own business. And if you're in your own business, how do you make your business viable? You got to have new customers, right? How do you get new customers? Well, you're selling every day. But if you're running a one-person business operation, you're doing more than selling to customers. You're selling to your banks and investors on more capital. You're selling to your suppliers on better credit terms. You're selling to your media outlets to get more press releases, if you will. So if you're owning a small business, you're selling every day. Now, those of you that are not in sales and you're not a sole proprietor, I guarantee you're selling every day. Don't believe me? Well, selling is the art of persuasion. And the definition of persuasion is influencing someone to make a decision, to take action on something they know they want to do or didn't know they wanted. Or as Pink describes it, as moving others. And moving others is the ability to move others to exchange what they have for what you have. Think about that. The ability to move others to exchange what they have for what you have. That ability is vital to your survival and to your happiness. So what are some examples of moving others when you're not in sales? Well, it's the school teacher who has to persuade the administration on new curriculum and her students on listening and learning. It's the attorney who has to persuade the judge or jury on the perspective of their client, as well as new customers to join their firm in the future. It's the finance director who has to persuade the CEO and the board on the validity of the new budget. And it's also the nonprofit director who needs to move others towards their cause on new donations and volunteerism. And those of us that are fathers and mothers in this room, your moms and dads, what do you do every day in those roles mostly every day? You're persuading your saplings to be able to eat their vegetables, drink their milk, and come home on time, for goodness sakes. So those of you, when I ask the question, are you in sales, you now know that 1 in 9 American workers spend their day every day in the formal role of sales. 21 million of us earn our living as one-person operations, and we're selling every day. And those of you that are not in sales, I guarantee you your success depends largely on your ability to persuade or move others. So when I ask the question, are you in sales, you can proudly say, yes. I hear you.